only been a week or so, trying to find love in the city of gold. Chic as fuck, they, oh my god.
Life is a vibe, feeling it shine under your spotlight.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I filmed this video about a few days ago and then realized I never filmed an intro. So you got me. I took the time to do the makeup again and to make it look like this was the same day when in fact it wasn't. And I just told you that, even though I said I wanted to keep it a secret. Life throws you curveballs. What am I saying right now? Okay, so if you guys want to see how I got this look, just continue watching. So I'm going to be putting on the True Match Lumi Glotion from L'Oreal. And this is perfect to use if you're looking for something to make yourself really glowy from underneath your makeup. And you can either use this underneath your makeup or you can use it as a highlighter. I've always used it as a base before I put on my makeup and before I put on a primer, because it just makes your makeup very glowy, very bright, and very really pretty. So that's exactly what I'm going for this look. I want it to be glowy and really just like a glow from within. And I have my mirror over here, so if I look over here, it's because I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Okay. So after I have that all blend in, then I go in with a primer. So this is the Maybelline Master Prime Primer. So this is the Blur and Smooth one. They have different ones. They have like a perfecting one. They have a like a pore eraser one. They have a hydrating one. They have a bunch of different combinations for different skin types. So I saw this again from somebody on YouTube and I really liked the way it looked on her skin, and so I tried it and I swear by this now. It really like, it feels like butter when it goes on your skin, and it makes your makeup go on so smoothly and just glide on. It doesn't feel patchy. Sometimes you have those days where your face just feels very dry and patchy, and it's like no matter what you do, you're just irritated with your skin because it just doesn't look good when you're putting on your foundation. This will change the game. Like I said, I got the Blur and Smooth, but there's different kinds depending on kind of what you're looking for and how your face is going to, how you want your face to sit. Yeah, how you want your face to sit. How you want your face makeup to set is kind of depends on primers. Places where my face tends to get the most oily, which is most common in the T-zone, and if you're really oily right there, sometimes your makeup can separate. And so what I mean is your foundation, if you ever notice your foundation can kind of disappear in some areas and then kind of collect over in one area, it's probably because you are oily in that area, and so your foundation tends to move a little more and not stay in place. So when you use this primer and especially focus it in your oily zones, it should stay set and not move all day. This actually is not a foundation. It is the hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer from ColourPop. It's like kind of gross up there. I'm kind of embarrassed, but it's fine. I love that they infuse this with hyaluronic acid, which is really important for your skin because it keeps it hydrated and just keeps your skin looking very radiant and healthy. So I love this, and I love that it's a skin tint because over the past year especially, I feel like I always used to do just very full coverage foundations, and then I would be like, why does my makeup look cakey? And it's just, full coverage foundations are fine, and I like using them for events and like special occasions and parties or wedding. Tinted moisturizers, BB creams, CC creams, they all are just a lighter coverage to your face, but they still cover a considerable amount to where it looks really good. Drugstore is really, drugstore. ColourPop is really cool because it's a really good quality makeup brand, but it's at the drugstore product price. So it's awesome, and so I'm just gonna put this on all over the face and then blend it out with my foundation brush. See, and it just glides on so seamlessly and really beautiful on the skin. It almost just looks like skin and you didn't even put on foundation, you just have very clear skin. So that's why I also really love this too, is because it doesn't even look like you're wearing anything, and it just keeps it really Nashville. It keeps it really natural. I was just thinking, guys, I'm so excited for Nashville later on in life because my sister's getting married, and that is in Tennessee, and then we'll spend time in Nashville, and I'm just so excited to get life back and just to do things. So sorry, Nashville has been on my mind. So after I'm done with that, I'm gonna go in with my concealer, which is the same line as the skin tint that I use, and it's the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. This is the best concealer I've ever used, next to the, I'm sorry about this. I should have washed this, like, tried to clean it, try to be like a little presentable, but you know what? It's kind of on brand for me to be a hot mess, so, you know. So this is like drugstore product. Very good. It seriously is so inexpensive too. I think it's like $7, and this is like $9 or $10. So comparable price. ColourPop, love it. It just gives it a really pretty flawless coverage, and it really hides under eye bags because I do definitely have darker circles under my eyes from time to time. And so this is the Instant Age Rewind Eraser, and it really does, like, seriously erase the dark circles. It's crazy. And then so what I do is I go in with this is just a little lighter, so I go with the inner corner and then drag it out and put this on top of it, kind of winged out. You guys will see. And then I take the Maybelline one and go on top. As you see, it's a little bit darker. And I just drag it out and up so that when I blend it in, it just gives it a more elongated look and makes it, it just brings everything back and seamless instead of just down and droopy. It's this brush, which I'm not sure where it is from, but it's perfect for concealer because it just fits right in there. After I do the under eye concealer, I go ahead and just take the creamy hyaluronic acid concealer from ColourPop, and I make a rainbow arch that was kind of tall than what I normally do. I don't know why I did that. And then I just do the slightest bit on the chin. So I try to keep the shape of the arch. And you don't have to do this, it's just something I like to do. I like to have the forehead kind of highlighted a little bit with the concealer. It just kind of brings everything a brighter finish. Okay, yeah, that works. Keep that arch shape as I'm blending. Revolution Translucent Powder to Set, and this was in my last video, my makeup haul. And I am obsessed. I've since used it, and it is so good because I don't like to use loose powders to set because of my lungs and protecting what I'm breathing in. And this is perfect because it is a translucent powder. It's just pressed, so it won't fly everywhere. I go ahead and I just take a powder, a big fluffy powder brush from Echo Tools, and I just go in and I literally just wipe it lightly to set my eyes and everything that I concealed. And then I kind of just go lightly to set the whole face, but I just don't want it to be like a lot just because it is translucent powder, so it's light. I love that this powder does a good job at setting the makeup and mattifying it to a certain extent, but it doesn't completely mattify where it takes the glow away. Okay, so I showed you guys this in my last video. This is the Nude Sticks All Over Face Bronzer Cream Contour from Nude Sticks, yeah, and this is the Bondi Bay, and it is so good. I've used it since the video. What I do is I take this contour brush from Real Techniques. I love Real Techniques brushes because they're inexpensive for the most part, and they're just really good. So I just tap this on as I just pat this in, and I just keep it right here to really define the contour before I put on powder. Always make sure to blend the contour up, because if you don't, it could look muddy and it could also just droop your face. Do the forehead to kind of shorten my forehead this way a little bit, just because I got a 5 head going on. I got my dad's forehead, what can I say? And then I just blend that in. I'm gonna chisel this double chin. Now that I'm done chiseling out the contour, I'm gonna go in with a bronzer, and I'm just gonna go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is a cheap drugstore product, but very, very good. Okay, so I am again gonna go in with a Real Techniques brush, and this is just a big fluffy bronzer brush, and I'm gonna dip into the lightest bronzing shade at first. So, and then blend out just so it's a little bit like light and not harsh like you would do for like a nighttime look. Comment down below if you've made it this far, which I hope you have. Comment down below what you are most excited for when just the world gets back to normal. Something that you're really excited to do, because I think me, honestly, is just literally do stuff. Leave my house. Like do stuff with my friends, go to the mall. I've been saying I wanted to go to the mall since the start of being really careful because of transplant. I've been saying that, and now I'm like, I wish I would have went to the mall when I had the time. And then I just bring this down here. I kind of go on my neck a little bit just because I like my neck to be like a little bronzy. For this look, I'm not going to do a full carve out contour, contouring the nose full out or anything. I'm just literally just going to swipe it over the nose, just because when your face is bronzed and then it's like you don't really have much on your nose, it's kind of weird. Like I went to the beach, I came back, and here I am. Okay, so after I'm done with the bronzing and contouring, I'm gonna go do the blush, and this is the blush sticks from ColourPop, and this is just a cream blush like this. And then I will go in with a powdered blush, really ever so slightly over it. So I take this brush from e.l.f., I'm pretty sure, and again I just dip it on the stick and I just smile up like this, and I go on the apples of my cheeks and then bring it up. After that, I go in with the Morphe palette again. I love that even though I used powders, the cream and the powders that I used still have a glow to the face. And still, like, it doesn't fully mattify your face to where it's completely matte and there's no glow whatsoever. But it just, yeah, I like that. Okay, so after I'm done with that, sometimes I just go in with the brush that I had, the translucent powder, and I kind of just lightly set the face just to minimize like pores. Sometimes pores show when you put on products. I just like to just kind of pat it in. It's so pretty and snowy out. I'm like doing a sun-kissed look and it's like snowing outside. Now that the face is done, this is so pretty. Like, are you kidding? So this was in my last video I showed. This is the Such a Gem palette from Morphe, and before I do that, I'm going to prime my eyes with this eyeshadow primer from NYX. I just would like to point out that I painted my nails for the first time in like 6 years. I don't know why. I just never really painted my nails. I feel like it stems from, I was a cheerleader from 7th grade to senior year, so you couldn't have nail polish on. So like in my school, you weren't allowed to have nail polish on, and so I just never really got into a habit of painting my nails. I don't know. Also, I just have nowhere to go. But I was like, you know what? I want my nails to look semi-good and not so ratchet while I'm doing a makeup thing, because your eyes are gonna go to my hands because it's like my brush. hold up, I just realized something that I forgot to do. I kind of like to define the contour a little bit, and so I go with my Real Techniques Beauty Blender and the Revolution powder again. And I just dip it in here. Just define the contour. So it's not, it just helps, it just cleans up the contour, makes it look a little more precise. So then I just, again, just kind of wipe away powder. It kind of looks harsh right there, but it doesn't look harsh in person. Maybe it doesn't look like that, but like on the camera where I'm recording, maybe when I go to edit, it won't look like that. Okay, so after I primed my eyes, I'm just going to use the translucent powder and set them, just because there's a lot of creasing on your eyes that happen after you put this primer on for some reason. The first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with a transition color, and so I'm kind of winging it a little bit. I kind of practice something, but for the most part, I really am winging it just because, I don't know, I just felt like, why not? Just wing it. Let's just have a good time. Let's just, we're in this together. You know, we're all in this together. Like High School Musical said, we're all in this together. So I think I'm gonna go in with this lighter brown shade up here. Bring this in the crease. I need the mirror. And then a tip for blending is to bring your brush in circular motions. And I like to wing out my eyeshadow a little bit just because I feel like it fits my face shape really well. And it just looks a lot better when I kind of like bring it out a little. Why do I look so whack? I'm like, so I'm gonna go with this light. It kind of looks red on camera, but it's like a fuchsia. I hope I'm saying. This is more of like a tapered brush, so it'll fit in the crease really nice. And then I'm just gonna tap off the excess. Tap off the excess, I don't know. I'm just gonna work from the outside in. Now that I have that on, I'm gonna go with a big fluffy brush from Morphe. This is the Morphe M461. Actually, okay, so I want to tell you guys my brushes. Okay, so the brushes that I'm using are the James Charles brush set, and then this was Real Techniques, and then this is just Morphe, a single Morphe brush. I'm just gonna go in with a blender brush and just blend this out so that it's a little more light. Good day on my mind. Good day on my mind. Yes, I'm in now. I am going to cut the crease. I am going to get this kind of flat brush, perfect for packing a shade on the lid. So what I do is I just spray this brush a little bit, and I'm gonna go in with this really, really pretty lavender color right here, and that'll be on my lid. As I'm packing it on, I kind of smoke it out so that it blends into the darker shade. And so it just like blends into the shade. So it's kind of like an ombre effect. I just take a fluffier brush and blend those shades together. And I just take another mini tapered brush with that same lavender shade and I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera, which is 7. I finished this eye, and now what I'm gonna do is do the under eye. And usually I do a eyeshadow, but for this I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the NYX white eye pencil. Why? That's really fun. Okay, so I got it. This is just going to help open up my eye and just give it like a very pretty light look instead of harsh and very like just much, because I feel like eyeshadow, it looks really good, but I feel like for a look like this where it's just light and airy, whites will look really good because it'll open up the eye and make it look bigger. So this is gonna go on my waterline. Okay, so I have the white liner on, like this. Now I'm gonna put a shimmer on my lid, and I'm just gonna do this really pretty light pink color right here, and put this on the lid over top of the lavender shade. So I'm actually just gonna use my finger because I feel like shimmer shades apply a lot better with your finger. So it's just like this. So I'm gonna use this really mini angled brush, and I'm gonna dip into that fuchsia shade again, and I'm just gonna go to the outside of the bottom underline, the waterline. Oh my gosh, I couldn't think of it. And I'm just gonna wing it out a little bit and kind of connect it to that white so that it looks a little more connected and seamless rather than like a different part, if that makes any sense. I just wanted it to connect and flow into the white instead of like, okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. Now that I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara off camera just because I feel like that is the most boring thing to watch because we all know how to apply a mascara. But I do want to tell you guys what mascara I'm using though. So I'm gonna use the Essence Lash Princess because guys, I used the Sky High that everyone's talking about on TikTok, the Maybelline Sky High, and it's like I wasn't impressed. I was like, oh, okay. So, like that's how I felt. I was just like, you know, Essence is so good and Telescopic is also so good. So I'm gonna go with the first coat with Telescopic and then do Essence. So this is the Nikita Dragon Beauty Transformation Powder. And so I just use this little brush from Real Techniques and I dip into this shade up here and I just set the under eye, and something about it makes you look like you have a filter on your face. No joke. Like I don't know how to explain why and how it does it, but it just completely makes the under eye look flawless. I'll show you the difference if you guys can see. I just tap it in. I don't know if you guys can tell a difference through camera, but I think like in person, it's like you see a little bit of lines, you see a little bit of stuff that's just completely so good. Second to last step is highlight. I just use this big brush. I don't even know. Oh, it's Wet n Wild P75. So I use this brush. It's perfect for highlight. It just fits right in the zone for highlight. And I just tap off the excess because I don't want it to be like crazy. Then I take a little tiny brush, perfect for highlighting your brow bone. I take my finger and I dip into the highlight, my ring finger, and I go in the inner corner just because it's really pretty. Last step is my favorite, and it's so sad because now we wear masks and it's like no one really cares about lip gloss and like lipstick, but I love lip gloss and lipstick. It's like my favorite part of my makeup routine, and it's sad because it's like it's just hidden. And do I put it on anyway, even though it's gonna get stuck to the mask and feel really gross? Yes. Should I probably not? Yeah. Am I gonna keep doing it? Yeah. This is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy, Rihanna's beauty line. I love how shiny this is. Okay, so I'm gonna spray the face with the Ulta Beauty Wanna Be Fresh Makeup Setting Spray. This is a dewy finish, which is perfect for this look. Okay, so this is the finished look, just very glowy, flirty, fun, and perfect for Valentine's Day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below what your plans are for Valentine's Day if you have any. I will be, same thing as last year, with my dog. My family, if you're watching this, I wear a size chocolate covered strawberries from Susan L's, just to let you know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I am on my way to 1,000, and it would be so cool if you guys hit the subscribe button and joined my channel before I hit 1,000 so you could be like the OGs. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys have a happy and healthy Valentine's Day. Bye!